Hi pals, welcome to my channel. My name is Julz and I'm a Scottish Highlander on a budget. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me on this video. I am just quickly jumping on to do this closeout for last week and cash stuffing for this week. I'm very behind on my videos, but this is becoming a normal thing, so we're not even going to worry about it. So we are going in with the third week of July, which is this one. We're going to close out and see what we get. So first of all, we're going to close out the purse. And then go back to it. Where's my... I just put one of these in. Oh, sorry. My apologies. Lift it up a bit. There, put that in there for now, so I can come back to that page. Right. So we have groceries. Fuel, my spending, the paper, and no work spending because I no longer need that for work. So we had 45, 35, 5 and 10. So it was a little bit of a spendy week this week. But that's all good. That's what the money's there for. So the coin change is going to be change from groceries and paper, mainly groceries, but yeah, I just added it all together. So groceries, we have no notes left, but we'll just put all the change together. Oh, and I think some of it's from eating out as well. Actually, I think I actually spent most of Piper's money this week. I'm on the wrong side, that's why it's not working. Yeah, I think some of the change was from eating out. She gave me coins instead of a note. I can't really remember now. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 550, 6, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So 6, 80, no, not 80. 6, 80, 95. We'll just check that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 95. Yep. So that change will go just away, and then this change is going to go into a challenge when we come to it. So that means 45 minus £6.95, £38 and 5 pence. I think it was actually more than that, but I said eating out added to it, but it was just easier just to do it that way. Unless you have zipper wallets, you can't, I can't do the change all together. So that has come from fuel, so that was £30, which I'd actually spent on my card, and I hadn't cash stuffed it. So my spending has 5. Boo didn't spend anything. Piper, we spent her, I think it was £8.50 and £2 or something like that was what I think she actually went over budget. Work spending we didn't do. Eating out, there's no kitty at my new job either, but there is a canteen because I work in a hospital building, so I didn't realise there was a canteen that I can buy from. So yeah, if I ever want money, I can do that, maybe in the winter when getting a hot meal or something rather than like a I'll eat lunch. Eating now, I completely depleted. But I have told Alan that the next few months I can't really afford to eat out. So if we want to eat out, he'll have to pay, and then I'm happy to cook the other days. Household, I completely depleted, and my spends didn't have anything in it. So that is the purse. So let's transfer that back over. So we spent £38 and 5, and then 30, 0, 10, and then we put £10 in there. I'm just going to write that in there in case I forget there. Okay. Where did that come from? Today is actually Thursday, so I've been at my job since Thursday. Just haven't had time to. Yeah, I'm shattered. I'm absolutely exhausted, but it's good. It's just because it's a different routine, isn't it? It's just getting used to getting up every morning, because for the last little while, after my client died in March, I haven't even really been getting up early some mornings. So yeah, it's been quite good. Oh, sorry, I'm not even explaining this. So I had a roll over £110.68. I brought over £307.06 from my Etsy pay. I used £20 of sinking funds, which was It's All About Me, so it'll come up there. I'll show you. And then I exchanged some coins, so I had £40 in cash. So Netflix did come out. So minus £4.99 is 47275. And then we'll add all this up again. So £38 and 5 plus 30 and 10 and 10. It's not 560. £38 and 5 plus 30 plus 10 plus 10. £88 and 5 pence. So we will deduct that from the 47275. That leaves me a 384.70. So the All About Me is, well, last week when I was unemployed for a whole week, I made Alan take, he's on holiday from work because he's a school bus driver, so he is on holiday from his work, but obviously he has loads to do with his sheep, helping his mum, catching up in the garden, catching up on all the paperwork that you have to do for having sheep. He's got training days for being the school bus driver. You have to do mandatory training, all that kind of things. He had a relative come up to stay. So yeah, so he's very, very busy this, like, we have 7 weeks. But I made him take some time off with me and a few days, and it was really lovely. But on Saturday last week, we decided to go to a county show. So it's like they do, like, people will show horses and sheep and cows. I think that was all. Horses, sheep and cows. And they, you know, they go in a ring and they get judged. That is really hard for me to say. There's stalls, there's food vans, there's tractor, like vintage tractors, show going round. There was vintage cars going round. The ring, so it's a big field. There was like sideshows for people who wanted to go. There was some trade stalls for like animal health, not tractors, but like ride on lawnmowers, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was really good, but it was £10 entry to get in, so I paid for Alan and I took it out of It's All About Me because, you know, it was my choice to go, and I thought that was a good use of it, and I had a really lovely time with him. Really, really enjoyed myself, and yeah, it was just nice. So he got to do a bit for him because obviously he went round all the sheep. Well, I went round with him. We went round all the sheep, and then we went round some cows. There wasn't like a whole heap of cows, but there was some Highland cows, and there was some normal cows. And in fact, one of my friends, her cow won best overall of the show. So yeah, it was a fun little day out. So that's what that was for. So that was $364.70. I then put everything in as I said I would. Into there, so minus 70 there. So 294.70. I did ask if people wanted me to continue with my budget when my money was going to kind of potentially get low. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that has commented. Such positive comments, like, really, really has made me feel really, really happy. I am still trying to reply to some of yous, but yeah, thank you so much for the positive comments and that you would like to see my budget. But somebody did message me and it's just gone from the top. I should have written it down, had it in my head and it's gone. But a lovely lady watches my videos, doesn't comment, but does watch my videos. She actually messaged me on Instagram, and she works in a payroll department, and she had a little look at the clause in my contract for me, and had a little chat, spoke to some people that she knew, and I think I read it wrong. So I think it just means that although it said like it'll be in arrears, or I read it as being in lieu, I think. But anyway, it just means that it'll be paid at the end of the month for the month that you've worked. So it's looking kind of like I won't be in such dire straits as I thought I was going to be. But it also means that if the worst case scenario happens, I now have a plan in place to get me through it. I know which envelopes I'm going to take from. I know which challenges I'm going to stop and stop completely. I know which challenges I'm going to stop temporarily and hopefully pick up again when money comes back in. I know that I have my emergency fund. So I have everything in place to have gotten me through the next couple of months. But yeah, I'm hoping that she's right, and she's very much sounded a lot more knowledgeable than I am in the circumstances, and she was so kind, and really really put my mind at rest. So if this young lady is correct, things are not actually going to be that bad. It sounds kind of terrible to say this, but in a way I'm just a tiny little fraction disappointed, because I would have liked to have seen myself get over the hurdle, but then I am just absolutely overjoyed to think that I'm not going to have to get over that hurdle. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, just don't know what's going to happen, but I have a contingency plan in place. So if it is worst case scenario and I am on very limited money for the next little while, then so be it, I can manage. However, I did get my pay slip. I get paid tomorrow from my old job, and I've got a full normal pay. So I did email my manager a few days ago and asked her to give me a list of everything that was going in my final pay, and I think that she hasn't ended my contract. I don't really know what's going on, why I've got a full wage. Like, there's no extra, there's no less for if I'd gotten like my 2 weeks and then some holiday pay. I can't really imagine I've got exactly 2 weeks of holiday pay to get. I could be wrong, but anyhow, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So I don't know. I am on the bank for the old company, so that might have caused a little bit of a ruckus, because they've got a client that they can't cover. So I've said that I'll help out with that one client until they can get proper cover. So although I have left my job, I've kind of not fully left, so I think she hasn't ended my contract and put me over to the bank. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow when they actually pay me, and then what happens in the upcoming. But if they have overpaid me, I will request that it be taken off like a future pay, if that makes sense. But we'll see what happens. Anyhow, but yeah, so it might not be as bad as and I mean, I honestly thought it was going to be just so dire, so it looking like it might not be as bad as I thought, but anyhow, we will wait and see. So put £10 in the monthly, £10 in the weekly, £20 into We're All Mad Here, nothing into Adorable Friends, £5 into Spacers, nothing into Opticians. So Save All You Want is going to get £10. So 5 and 10. Just take this one. So 5 and 5. I should have really used a purple or a pink or a blue. So that has got 10. And then the penny challenge is getting the £6.95, but we're going to split that. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this one is from Budget 24/7. Lucy Luxor will correct me if I'm incorrect. I really must write it down and put it in the, I'm really bad at like tagging people in the thing. I just copy and paste my description and I forget to tag it in this, so I must get on track with that. So anyway, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I think I will do, we've got 4 and a 2 and a 4 and a 2, so that is brilliant. So we'll just do this little 4 and this little 4. So this one is from Little Moon Budgets, Abby. It was part of my swap box, I think. So we've only got another £6 to go with that, and I am putting 50p's in that just because it's easier. But I'm not going to put them in the jars, but there's 2 different jars, so that'll go in one jar, and then the coins will go in another jar. So let's add these up. So 10, 20, 45, 55 plus £6.95. Actually, I'm not going to trust my own maths. 20, 20, 5, 10 and £6. Oh, can't even use a calculator. So 40 plus 5 plus 10 plus £6.95, £61.95. 294.70 minus £61. Oh, £61.95 is 232.75. £10 went over to extra debt, so that is 222.75, and that rings a bell. We shall see. So that was in the budget. 222.75. Excellent, perfect. So that is us. That is my closeout. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Anybody that is waiting for Etsy stuff, I have loads kind of in the process. I'm just doing a few hours at night times this week because I went out on Saturday. So sorry. But yeah, I've got Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and I will get on with everything, and then I'm going to kind of like make a bit of a better program once I'm not quite as head. I'm kind of out on shift for a few days next week to learn the shifts for the care at home team. So I'll be kind of finishing at 2 o'clock, so I'll get on to it. So everything will be out by the end of next week. So my apologies if you are waiting, but I will get on to it, I promise, as soon as possible. I don't think anything's overdue. It wasn't last time I looked. but I know people are waiting, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will catch up with you in my next video, which will be my cash stuffing, and I will speak to you all very, very soon. And again, thank you so much to everybody that's commented such lovely, lovely things in my last video. You guys are amazing, and I really, truly couldn't ask for a better lot to watch me, because I don't really get much negativity at all on this page. Everyone's really supportive, and yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you. So take care, have a good one, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Bye.